Hey everybody, how are you doing? My name is Fornox. Welcome back to a different video on entranced music. Now you might not be expecting this, but I'm just going to introduce myself for a few seconds. My name is Fornox and I'm from Entranced Music, and I run a label where we try to find independent artists with talent and we try to sign them to our label, and we try to basically expand the music industry with the music that we release. Today, one of our artists named Alvin, he usually goes by the alias of Triangle Alliance or Almos, and he wants us to do an interview with him for one of our biggest entranced releases of all time. And we're going to ask him some questions about his new album coming out tomorrow called Rolling Sky. Let's go to that. Hello, Alvin. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's great. That's great. So we're all excited for Rolling Sky to come out. It's super exciting. It's coming out in less than an hour in your time zone. Hopefully, the video is out
Yeah,
before that. So, for those of you who don't know who you are, could you maybe just give us like a little introduction and just introduce yourself for those who don't know you?
sure. My name is Alvin Mo. I was born and raised in Hong Kong, but my mom is parentally from mainland China, while my dad is parentally from Malaysia. I was born on 8th of July 2008, and I'm currently 14.
Wow, you're really good at making music for how young you are. That's great. So, what inspired you to make music?
Okay, so the thing is, many people got interested and inspired to make music out of like one person who is, in most cases, like a very popular music artist. There are a lot of examples like Tiesto, Martin Garrix, Alan Walker, Dirty Palm, and so on. But unlike these people, I'm built different. My interest in making music originated primarily because of this simple game called Rolling Sky, created by Turbo Chili and Cheetah Mobile. While the main objective of this game is to control a ball in specific ways and roads from objects until you win. There's also another aspect that made Rolling Sky even more entertaining and enjoyable: music. Rolling Sky provides levels accompanied by many songs of different subgenres of EDM, which act like their own genres. I remember that every single moment that I used to hype for like each upcoming level of this game primarily because of music. And then after 2 years of playing the game, they released a line of levels featuring Alan Walker, who I really didn't listen to until Alone was added to the game. I became a fan of Alan Walker, and that further pushed me to try to make music. As of now, I still like Rolling Sky, but I'm not as of a diehard fan as of Alan Walker.
Oh, that's totally fair enough. Music is a really cool dynamic to like any game.
Yeah, it
'Cause
is.
I know that when I was playing Geometry Dash, it was very I was very inspired by a lot of the music, and so that's a very similar story there. Music related games are just they just add so much to the game. So you've been
Yeah.
a fan of Rolling Sky since its early moments, obviously. So how are you going to keep yourself from losing interest in this game? How did your previous album Civil go?
Okay, that is the reason why. Okay, the second sentence of your question, that's the reason why I'm creating this album that I titled literally the same name as that of the game, Rolling Sky. But this album would be fucking huge. Like I started this album after Civil, like which I thought was kind of a failure because I didn't hype it up properly. But some songs of the album are Rolling Sky remixes, and I received more praise for these songs than the other ones. So to do that again, I made a plan to create a Rolling Sky album.
All right, that's awesome. So do you think your
Uh,
next album will receive more recognition?
okay. Maybe. Well, I'll just. Okay. Outside of that question, I'm gonna compare the differences between this album and Civil. So the main difference is that the album Rolling Sky has been in works for only 8 months, which is kind of short. But Civil was supposed to be done in 4 months, which because it's a much smaller album. But because of a lot of controversy I had with my members, it it ended up being almost a year, like 9 months. But
Oh
I
wow.
mean, the 8 month gap between the planning and release dates of Rolling Sky in exchange of the heavy production of album was worth it not not only it was much more peaceful, but I also worked on it generally all alone. Although we will obviously feature some known and unknown artists within the album. Civil songs were intended to be mega mega collapse involving all members of the Triangle Alliance, but that resulted in a huge amount of flaws in maintaining their activity. I ultimately had to work on it alone. And the idea of turning some songs of that album into Rolling Sky remixes were never initially planned. They were supposed to be filler songs, but I did not expect them to receive slightly more recognition.
All right, so let's hope that this album does really good with our promotion, and let's just hope that that it blows up because that's the goal here. So,
Yeah.
how are the songs made?
Um. Okay, so the Rolling Sky album is kind of like Civil again, but like inverted. So Civil has more original songs than Rolling Sky remixes, while as for our new album, we're gonna do the opposite. The majority of the songs will be remixes, while a few of them will be original songs. Like those remixes from Civil, the original songs act like fillers, but they will also feature a little bit of musical inspiration from the OSTs. The remixes are made both in their original style and styles that come from different artists. This may be sort of a spoiler, but I've used great styles from Martin Garrix, Dirty Palm, Bad Reputation, Tyga, Alan Walker, and so on. This may be a critique, but I don't really care.
All right, cool. Are you gonna do an album like this ever again in the future?
Uh, it depends on the success of this album, but if it fails, then I won't do any of these again, like literally. But if I succeed, then maybe I'll do another one. I have a few ideas, like a Dancing Line album, maybe a second part of the Rolling Sky album, maybe both in one album. Not sure. Who knows? But just to let you know, if I do one of these again, it's always going to be based on a game created by Cheetah Mobile, who made very awesome games only to fall apart from an ad fraud controversy.
I heard about that.
But I highly dedicate this project to them because I highly appreciate the quality and effort they put onto their games.
Wow, that's just amazing. So you guys heard the man. Make sure this album blows up, and it all depends on you guys if he does another album like this again. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, thank you guys for watching. In the end, I hope you guys enjoy this album. Rolling Sky is currently on many music streaming services as of now. This album is dedicated to Cheetah Mobile and especially Rolling Sky as the game. Thank you guys for watching, and almost thank you
Bye
so much
bye.
for the interview. And it was great having you. Thank you very much.
All right, bye bye.
All right, have a good day, everybody.